Hello and welcome to the Blue Tweezers channel. Myself, Alan, from the channel as usual, and we're playing a new game for the channel here. This is GMT's I, Napoleon, designed by Ted Racier. Yeah, we're going to try and do a whole campaign over a number of nights. Hopefully we'll get to the end. Well, we always get to the end, but whether the end is at the end rather than somewhere very early on, that's not very satisfying, but you know, we'll do the best we can. So as usual, if people can actually let me know that they can see and hear us all right, that would be appreciated, of course. And yeah, we're going to get on with the game. I'll just briefly talk through it. It's a card game, really. It's an organised card game, and we go through Napoleon's life. We start off in 1793. Here we have the year counter. It's quite a big board, so we've zoomed out a little bit, but hopefully you can see that. Start in 1793. And he's basically bumming around as a junior artillery officer, and we try and develop through the use of cards into a general, then first consul, then emperor, and then hopefully win the game. And winning the game is a kind of, you get what's known as outcomes, depending on how far you get and where you get to in his life. So there's no real kind of victory or not victory. It's a case of how far have you got. Yeah, so it's a card game, really. This is our starting pack here, which I'll just cut anyway. I have shuffled it, but and we are in the era of the commander. So yeah, as he's not actually commanding anything, but this is his era. Along here you'll see stacks of cards which are added to the deck. There are a lot of cards which, once they're used, are removed from the game, and some that recycle. And each turn we build a new deck to include any new cards plus the discards, and go shuffle and go through the deck again. So we've got a sequence of play here. First, and we've got a sort of truncated one actually on the board here with a SAP counter. We start off with year setup and the card deck, so do all the sort of admin things at the start of the year, then seed the card deck. We don't need to do that. We start in the card action phase, number 3. Card action phase, we draw cards, and we use this track down the side here, and each time we draw a card we will then move that card draw counter. When we get to 5, the next card we draw, the 6th card, we have to roll a dice to see if we actually are able to. There's a dice roll for each of the extra spots on here, so 6 up to 12. And if we get within the range, 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 5, 1 to 6, and 1 to 7 on a D10. 10s are 10s and actually is a 10 on the dice. Then if it's within that range, then no more new cards. Then we can play existing cards we already have on the board, which will do things. And then we move on to the campaign resolution phase. This is where we fight wars, battles, etc. Diplomatic phase and domestic politics phase. So this is foreign affairs, this is domestic affairs. We don't have to worry that until we become first consul, so we actually skip these in the early game anyway. Then we have a clean up phase, which reset counters and all this kind of stuff. Big counter here, which very much gets well used, is the Napoleon's luck counter. It's unused or used. It's effectively a re-roll. You get one per year. You get to do a re-roll, which is all lovely. Then we have the blue areas here, which are geographical locations, mostly geographical locations. Then we have the red area, which is sort of personal stuff, or close associates, etc. And then here we have the military side here, treaties, then the commanders, campaigns, campaign modifiers, and then strategy and tactics, which is just underneath here. So this does all the fight. We have a DRM track, which we do when we're calculating battles. This is the diplomacy track. Everybody, we've got Britain, Spain, Austria, Russia, and Russia. Everybody's hostile to us, but we don't really care about that because we're just an ordinary commander. And finally, we have the resolution table here for combat. We have a domestic politics table again. We ignore that, and we got up here our general records track. Year track takes us up to 1817 to 21 here. The colour code here is for the phases, or the maximum length of the phases. The commander phase can last up to 1802. Then it'll automatically go into the first consul, and the first consul one is those 4 years up to 1806, and then after that it's the emperor phase. So but those aren't fixed, those are maximum, so it can change earlier than that if you play your cards right. On top of that, we have the general records track, which has 4 counters in it, which have 4 letters. So we have A, D, G, and P. A is admin points. This is kind of like your action points, sort of, in the turn. They last into the second turn of the game, so into 1794, but after that they're usually set to 0, and in the year setup phase you will add, if you have any, admin points to it. D is diplomacy, same thing with them. You start off with 0, you will have 0, and you will add at the beginning of the year if you have any diplomatic points to add. They last for the year and then it's reset to 0. Then the other two, G is glory and P is political. Glory G, that's kind of the victory point counter. It's also a sudden death counter as well. Once you're in the first consul era, if your glory goes to 0, then you lose the game because everybody gets sick of you. It can also go up to 50, and it's got a plus 50 on it as well when you flip it over, and you can go around again. If you ever get to 100, you get to limits of glory, which means that you've actually become as famous as the real Napoleon. So that's something to aim at. And finally, we've got the P, which is political. This is sort of alternate money, which allows you to do things or activate particular cards that you have. Again, you'll accumulate those, and they don't, neither of those reset to 0. They can go to 0, but they don't reset. It's only the A and D counters which do. So, and everything starts on 0 except for our admin points, which start on 3. I think I had that right. Is it 3? 3 or 4? Yep, it's the 3. But again, they last for 2 turns, so you don't really use very much to start off with. So that's really the game. There's not that much more to it, although the cards produce some very strange effects, which of course you've got to go through. We have some counters here. These are markers for adding or losing points on the board. It's just a reminder with the cards, because of course the cards have a very small writing on them. This gives you an easy see of what to do in the year start with the general records track markers. And then we've got some various other ones here which can be used throughout the game for particular purposes. Right, setup starts with, this is Napoleon's card as General Bonaparte. So here he is, that's the guy himself, but he's not a general yet, so it's flipped over. We can only flip him when we have at the end of any campaign or expedition we've done, if we have 5 or more glory. So we need to become famous to do that. However, in the state that this is in, we do get 1 admin point per year. So we can put down the marker for that. If I can find one. Come on. There we go. So we will get 1 admin point a year. And the only other cards we have out here are 2. One is turned down as well. Only one's turned up. And that's Bonaparte Leads. This is the card that represents Napoleon actually going into battle and fighting in the front line. And it's double-edged sword. You get a lot of positives for doing it, but he might die, which is where the Napoleon's luck marker can come in there. The one underneath is actually a strategy of maneuver sur le derrière. So, you know, the Napoleonic tactic of surprising their opponents from a strange direction. James, good to see you. Yeah, good to see you from Canada there. Huge Napoleonic fan. You played it a few times and you enjoyed it. Well, that's good. I know that it had a mixed reviews. I have seen goods and bads, but yeah, let's see how we get on here. That's enough chat, isn't it? Let's get on with it, shall we? Right. So we start off with the card action phase, and the card action phase is first new card draw segment. So we start along here. So we draw card number 1. And let's see what we've got. We have capturing a general campaign modifier. When revealed, must place in campaign modifiers. So we place it here. And what does it do? Well, when we resolve a campaign, irrespective of win, lose or draw, we get the possibility of getting 5 glory for capturing it a general. So it's a positive card. Positive card. Let's go on to card number 2. We have sick leave. May place in I Napoleon. May remove from play to ignore a campaign or expedition per year. Discard without effect. So I can choose to have this. And so the idea of may, so you choose to have it. So it's nice to have these sort of positive things around. But what then happens is you're pulling the cards out of the deck, so that nasty cards might actually become more likely to turn up. So it's not really a case of just saying, oh, well, it looks like positive, so I'll do. So I'm not sure I'll keep this. I think I will, actually. Let's put it there. Just to note on the cards here, so the colours in the bottom and what they say here. The first one is, when does the card come into play and when will it leave it? So in the case of, it's the CMD, so it's the starting deck, and it will leave either in 1796 or if we play the card, or activate the card. So and that's when it's removed from the game. We've got a number here. Number 19, so it's card number 19. So that's really relevant for organising the cards here as well. Let's go on with card number 3. A riding accident. Oh dear. So when revealed, advance the card draw track. So we go to 4. Then reveal the next card and discard it. So the next card would be sidelined, which is okay. That's a bad card as well. Unless it's an Austrian, British, Prussian or Russian card, then remove this card from play. So it's effectively a miss a card card. So let's remove that out of the game. And it's really no effect other than, well, we lose a card draw. Going up to number 5 now. Army of the Interior. When revealed, must plus 2p. So we get some political power here. Not much, but a little bit. And then remove the card from play. So that's just all it does. Now we're at about to go to card 6, so we have to roll the dice. If we get a 1, we don't. So we get a 6 there, so we do. What's the card? The card is Artillery Lion. When revealed, must place in campaign if empty. Now the campaign section here is empty. Otherwise, discard this card and reveal a new card. So we have to put it there. Must place. So this is a fight which we can go and do, which is great. I think. Let's see how we go. A little fight, really, but there we are. Card 7, I need a 1 or a 2 not to do it. That's a 6 again, so we get another card. Advisor to the Turks. May place in I, Napoleon to immediately +5 glory and +1 politics. Then discard all campaign and campaign modifier cards. So I may do this. So I can either keep these and place in I, Napoleon and get 5 glory and 1 politics. So effectively, this takes me out of the game. The effect is that you draw and place non-campaign cards, but only Robespierre's fall card will be played. And then at the start of 1794, we lose an admin point and we have to throw the card away. We have the possibility of getting... Yeah, the Artillery Lion is not great. It's easy to win, but you don't get very much from it. Capturing a general is quite good, though. But you know, I think we will go and advise the Turks. So we will place that, and we will get rid of those cards. So we discard them to here. And we immediately get 5 glory and 1 political. So we got the politics out of the previous card, but we've got a bit more now. So climbing the charts here, slowly. Okay, ongoing effect. So we draw and place non-campaign cards. We're on 1 to 3 to get card 8. 8, we get the card. Artillery Expedition Italy. So we don't place it because it's a campaign card. Well, it's an expedition card, I think. You don't. Actually, it's an expedition, not a campaign. So we should play it. And it says, must immediately resolve an expedition with no supporting commander, so no friends. We don't have any anyway. So it's a basic dice roll. If we, at 1 to 5, nothing happens. If we get a 6 to 10, we succeed in the artillery expedition in Italy and get 5 glory. So let's try it. A 2, we fail. Now, do we want to use the luck for this? I think we do, actually. Let's have another roll at that. 7, we succeed, so we get 5 glory, up to 10. Wow. And this goes out of the game. Nice. So on to number 9. A 1 to 4 stops again. No, we're still going with cards. What have we got? Under arrest. Okay. We will place that card. Oh, hang on. Wind back. No, the Artillery Expedition Italy, we play the card. We can't play the card other than Robespierre's fall. So that actually just gets discarded. And then we get the under arrest. So again, it's not Robespierre's fault, so we again just discard it. Yeah, because that's what we're over in Turkey at the moment, aren't we? 1 to 5, card number 10. Yes, we stopped there with a 2. So that's our new cards. So then we can do any existing card play. So there's really nothing to do here. We advance to the campaign. There is no campaign. We're talking to the Turks. No diplomatic phase and no domestic politics phase. We're into clean up. Nothing much to clear up, really. We are where we are. We didn't use any admin, and we don't lose them yet. And we're on to the year setup phase for 1794. So in the year setup phase, we don't have any cards to play. What we do need to do is just to check any cards here which go out in 1794. There might be a couple, I think. So let's have a look. Yes, artillery 2 is lost. And that's it. So artillery Toulon is out of the game. Just checking here. Yeah, artillery Lyon also goes, 1794, but the others will stay. So we will start, we'll add these back into the deck and shuffle. Any questions you have, do put it into the chat, or if you just want to say anything, feel free. I won't bite. Well, too hard anyway. Right, so with card deck phase is sorted. We're on to the card action phase again. We did get 1 admin. We're up to 4, but we will lose them all this turn if we don't use them. Now, with the advisor to the Turks, if in play at the beginning of 1794, it is must -1 admin. So, okay. Easy come, easy go. And remove the card from play. So, we're back from Turkey. 1794. Let's crack on. Oh, upside down. Our luck is back. And first card. So, first card is the supper at Beaucaire. Must place in politics. When under arrest is revealed, +2 if Robespierre's fall has not been played, and -1 if it has been played. So this is effectively a conspiracy which he is tied to, and if we get arrested, well, we did have the unrest card and it's back in there, so let's see if it comes up. Number 2, card number 2, we have the Topographical Bureau. Must +1p. Happy with that. And flip Maneuver sur le derrière face up. So that's this card. So now we can get both DRMs during campaigns, and then we remove the card from play. Number 3. Marmont may place in commanders. He uses an admin to use, and he gives you +1 in a combat round. He's useful. I think we'll have him, thank you. So he's in the commander's spot there. Card number 4. Enemy attack. Must place in campaign modifiers. That's a negative modifier. So we place it. Card 5. There we go, under arrest. If escape is in play, remove both cards. Otherwise, you must roll a dice. On a 1 or less, you're executed by Robespierre or the Directory. Will be the Directory. 2 to 3. Robespierre 4 has not been played. You're executed by Robespierre and the game ends. Otherwise, no effect. And 4 or more, no effect. Okay. So, but we have here. Right. When under arrest is revealed, +2 DRM if Robespierre's fall has not been played. It has not been played. It's not been. So we get a +2 on the dice here. So we roll a D10. We want 4 or more to survive here. That's an 8 plus 2, 10, no problem. So, no effect, then remove the card from play. So, yes, we were under suspicion, and that helped us because that proved that we weren't dodgy. Okay, rolling for card 6. A 4, we do get card 6. Cardboard Commander, hello. Ah, yes, been watching your channel recently, yeah. I saw your interview with Herman Luttman, I think it was you, which I had on the channel a little while back. Capturing a general again. We have that, which gives us some glory bonus if we win. Rolling for card 7, no, that's a 2. So that's the end of cards. Activating any particular cards here? I don't think we have. We don't have a campaign. So we can't go anywhere. So nothing much happens really. Campaign resolution phase, there isn't one. Diplomatic and domestic politics, and then we clean up. So we are going to lose our remaining admins. And I don't think we have to do anything else. We didn't actually have any discards, so I won't bother shuffling it. We're on to 1795. Oh, I do need to check if there is any 1795 cards to remove. I don't think there is any. Oh yes, there is one. Infantry Vendée. Well checked. If you miss it, if you pick it up and you see it's irrelevant, it should have been removed, then you just remove it. But anyway, that one goes, and so we'll shuffle this then. And you had Mark Hammond. Yeah, I did. I haven't seen that yet. Yes, good stuff. Good stuff. I do actually have some more tweezing out the details coming relatively soon to the channel as well. So one out there. Christoph, good to see you. Thanks for popping in. And we are now on 1795 year setup. We get 1 admin. Hurrah. And we just go, we didn't done the cards deck, so we card action. Card number 1. Oh, Desiree Clary. Now, may either discard or place in wife if no card is there. So that's the wife spot here. If placing wife, roll the dice. She breaks the engagement, -3. She become my wife, no effect. So we will discard. Yeah, we will discard. There's a small chance she might become useful, but Josephine is useful in her own right. So I'll discard that. Card number 2. Expedition to Piedmont. Okay. Must immediately resolve an expedition with no supporting commanders, which means Marmont cannot go. Yeah, it's another of those 50-50s really. The campaign modifiers and your strategy and tactics don't apply to these expeditions. They're only short things. So let's roll the dice. Looking for a 6 or more. 10, love it. Yeah, another 3. 1, 2, 3, glory. Thank you very much. And remove from the game. Card number 3. Artillery Expedition Italy. So this is another expedition. Must immediately resolve an expedition. No supporting commanders. Roll the dice. Again, same here. We need a 6 or more. An 8. Doing well here. +5. So we're getting a bit of a reputation here for running around and doing these spectacular little parts to so we had an expedition here. Now we've got 13, so actually got 13 glory. So actually we can turn this over. So he is now we are now a general, and our 1 A marker goes to a 2A marker. We get 2 AP, yeah. Great. That's fine. Good stuff. It's important we remembered that. Actually, I should only do that in the existing card play segment, I think so. But don't worry, we'll get there soon enough. Expedition to Corsica. Good grief. Okay, roll a dice and remove this card of play with no effect on a result of 1 to 6. Otherwise, resolve the expedition. So, do we go or do we not go? Well, we just roll to see if we do go. 1 to 6, we don't go. It is a 9, so we do go. Oh, okay, this one has got a bit more of a thing here. And what we'll do is, I think this is a little risky, so I'm going to sick leave this expedition. Yeah, I'm going to sick leave it. So discard without effect. Now what that means is the card draw stops if I discard without effect. So that's the end of our card draw. So unfortunate because of course we haven't got a campaign here, but it is early days here. Existing card we get made a general, even though we were chucking a sickie. We'll move on. No campaign, no diplomacy, and no domestic politics into clean up. So we lose our 1A. And we end up, years set up again, 1796. So this is a significant year here now. So we're adding some cards now. Also taking some cards away. Let's see. We get 2 admin for the year because we're now a general. And then we need to go to the card deck phase. So we need to sort through our cards to see if we need to throw anything away here. So it is 1796. So for example, Robespierre's Fall goes sidelined. Napoleon the Spy is gone. Those remain. But we will now add these cards. Cards number 35 to 53. We place 3 of the cards immediately. And these will be the ones on the grey back. So these are cards that go into the deck here. So we place this one in potential treaties face up when added. So potential treaties go here, potential campaigns go here, although they tend to sort of come around here when you're emperor. There's lots of cards to go there. Treaty of Campo Formio. When we win with the army of Italy, we can enforce this treaty. This into potential campaigns. So it's the Syrian campaign. So that's when we do Egypt, I suppose. And finally, we have Joseph Fouché, the Minister of Police. So he comes in face down, I believe. Oh no, he comes in face up. So he doesn't have any ongoing effects at the moment, but he is useful. He gives me a +2 on my roll for a coup. So he's a useful chap for the moment, but that's all he is. That's great. I can also pay admin points to flip him over because he becomes a bit annoying later on. It's sort of useful and not useful at the same time. Right, over here I need to shuffle these cards in. Let's just do that as we had a whole new part of the deck coming in. So interestingly enough, this next deck, which is card 29 or the First Consul, Card 29 was Robespierre's Fall, which has gone by the wayside, so we won't get this deck until we become first consul, if we become first consul. Just try and get a decent shuffle out of these. I'm probably the world's worst shuffler. Any comments on how we're doing so far, if you've got experience with the game? Okay, card deck phase done. Card action phase, we're on our first card. Let's see what it is. The Rosetta Stone campaign modifier. So, must place in campaign modifiers. This is to get some extra glory. If we go to Syria, we find the Rosetta Stone. So, and there's a potential campaign here. So, yes, card number 2. Egyptian campaign. Oh, so we're going to Egypt. So, must place in campaign if empty, otherwise discard the card. No. Okay, so we can take 3 commanders with us. If there's any Egypt, Syria campaign modifiers, we keep them, otherwise they go. And we get +1 in all combat rounds. Okay, nice. However, that does immediately bring in the Syrian campaign afterwards, which is not so much fun. Okay, card 3, Escape. So, yeah, I think because we've played card 33, let me just check. Yes, the Under Arrest has already been played, so effectively this should be removed. So let's draw again. Bubonic Plague, that's not what we wanted. Must place in campaign modifiers and applies in the Syrian campaign. So what I wanted to avoid, actually. Card 4. Desai as a commander. I certainly will need him. So I'm definitely going to keep him. Card 5. Enemy Reserves. Ooh, didn't really want that either. Mind you, that doesn't affect. That has no effect. It's just going to get discarded. Card 6, let's roll. Yes, we have a card 6. The Anti-French Revolt. Must immediately resolve an expedition with 1 independent commander only. So an independent commander, I think we will send Marmont, because I like Desai's a bit better than him. So we'll send Marmont over there. We will pay an admin for him, because he is -1 admin to use. That's not great actually, because I want to use it for some of this stuff. But anyway, we need a 6 or more with a +1. A 4 going to a 5 is a failure, so we lose 3 glory and 2 politics. So that didn't work very well, and that is a discard. We don't remove it from the game. Marmont comes back, and that was card 6, wasn't it? We rolled for it. Card 7, yes. Here comes Robespierre. So we've had 29 Robespierre's Fall, so he is removed automatically. It's redraw. Enemy guns. Again, it's not going to affect what we do in the campaign. So, card 8, no. That's it. That'll do, thanks very much. Okay, not been a good year so far. Right, so we are on to the campaign resolution. So we have the Egyptian campaign. Now this display here is what we use for the resolving the campaign. So the current campaign goes in this box. Campaign modifiers. So it says discard all campaign modifiers that are not marked Egypt, Syria. So enemy guns is not, enemy reserves is not. bubonic plague is, Rosetta Stone is, capture a general is not, and enemy attack is not. So all of those go. It'd be nice to get the capture a general, but never mind. Okay, so we have those campaign modifiers. So bubonic plague doesn't actually matter until we're in Syria, and neither does the Rosetta Stone. So effectively there are no modifiers. We get our strategy and tactics, so we have Bonaparte leads and Maneuver Solitaire to play. These are free, so we can have those. And we can take a commander. So when we have to pay to take them, I only have one admin, so I would rather take Desailly, I think, than Marmot, and use the one admin for that. And then we're kind of set up. So we run the first round. So the first round, we have a +1 in all rounds for the Egyptian campaign, because we're much better than the Egyptians. Have no effect. Our Maneuver Solidaire gives us a +1 in the first combat round, so that's +2. Now, Bonaparte leads. That gives us a +3. So that would take us way off there, but he's got a chance of dying. We have the luck, so it might be worth doing that. Or I could use Decide to get +3. I think we'll use Bonaparte. So we are going to get +3. So it's +4 on the dice. So let's roll that. And what were you looking for? So this is the combat resolution table. So 1 or less is a bloody defeat. 2 is a defeat. 3 to 4, bloody stalemate. 5 to 6, stalemate. 7 to 8, bloody victory. 9 or more, victory. The bloody results, we don't care about those until we're in charge of the country, first consul or emperor. They just mean that domestic politics, we get some negative modifiers. We need victories, so 7 or more. Stalemates, we have to run again the battle. We have to do a second round. And we also have a -1 die roll on the next combat, and we lose 2 glory as well. In a defeat, things get nasty. Potentially we lose the game at this point in time because we're only a general. So we are on +4 though. So dice +4, we do have the reroll. We have a 7. 7 + 4 is 11. That's a victory. So we win. But we now need to roll about Bonaparte. So Bonaparte, we roll a dice, and we don't want a 1 or a 2. 3 to 5 is nice because he gets wounded and we get some glory. But after that, nothing happens. So not a 1 or a 2, please. We have an 8. An 8 is no effect. So he's fine. Desai is still available. So we win the Egyptian campaign because we got a victory. So the campaign result, +10 glory. Lovely. We're up to 20. Going great guns here. And then what we have to do is we have to see if Desai actually survives. On a 1 or a 2, he's going to be wounded and gets discarded. Doesn't matter if he was used or not. So we roll for Desai. He gets a 3. Ooh, bit of a graze, but he's fine. Okay. And then immediately place and play Syrian campaign. Now this is a bit more of an issue here. So we have automatically another campaign. Things are available to us again, but we can have a maximum of 2 commanders. We only have 1 anyway, so that's fine. Which must come from those used in the Egyptian campaign. Yes, he was there. We have a -2 dice roll modifier on all combat rounds, so we start on -2. Now, so here with the Rosetta Stone, that's if we after we resolve, so that's fine. The bubonic plague here, however, as an issue. So -1 DRM during all combat rounds in the Syrian campaign. Okay, so that is -3 we start. And yeah, we also have to roll for Napoleon there because he might catch it as well. Wow, okay, so let's see how we go here. So we start on -3. So I think we need to go all in. Maneuver solitaire again with our +1, which is at -2. We have to send Bonaparte in as well, I think. It gives us +3. And then we'll also use Desai. You can only use once and he goes across to there. That gives us another +1. So we're only on +2 here. We do still have our reroll though. So a +2 for Syria. A 6. 6 + 2 is an 8. A bloody victory. Don't care about the bloody. We got the victory. Yes. Excellent. So Syrian campaign. Syrian campaign, we are done. We've got victory is 10 more. So we're up to 30 on the glory. Wow, we're getting really famous here. So we need to do the bubonic plague and the Rosetta Stone. Actually, we should do the survival first. So Bonaparte. See how he gets on. Rolled a 2. He is potentially going to die. So this may be a very short broadcast. We use the reroll. A 9. He's fine. Phew. Okay. So Desai on a 1 or a 2 is wounded. He's a 9. He's fine. Okay. Bubonic plague. So Napoleon visits the sick, the bubonic plague sick, and he might actually have a problem. So we don't want a 1 and we don't have a reroll. An 8, we're good. 2 to 10 is +5 glory. So lovely. We'll have that. We're on 35. Wow. And Rosetta Stone. And as part of segment 3.5, guess what? We add another 5 glory for discovering the Rosetta Stone. 40. And the Syrian campaign is done. Then, there is another thing. Okay, after progress the year marker 1 step and conduct resource income segment. So we'll actually go to 1797 because it takes he's got to come back effectively. So conduct resource income segment. So he will get 2A. Then set the card draw marker to number 4. So we miss out on the first cards, and that's it. So pretty successful actually. I think we did really, really well there. That reroll saved, yes. The other thing we do is we reset that for the new year. So we do get that reroll back. Desai will come home. Our strategy and tactics, maneuver solidaire, and Bonaparte leads is there. He's leading very well, Mr. Bonaparte, in the front lines. And yeah, he could have died there. Yes, the cannonball was barreling towards him and he got out of the way at the last minute. So we are now to 1797. We are going to do our 5th card, but we should, of course, put our discards in. Yeah, James. Yeah, indeed. It's so useful, that that luck counter. It's just a real problem if you roll low, you re-roll and you roll low again. That's the real. That's when your head drops a bit. Okay, so card number 5, as it is, scabies. Lovely. So we must lose 3 glory because we look a bit ugly, and remove the card from play. So card 6 we need to roll. Yes, we have a card 6. With a grape shot. If Egyptian campaign is in play, discard this card with no effect. Otherwise, we must -2 glory, +3 politics. So this is defending the National Assembly, I think it is, isn't it, from the mob. So we lose a couple of glory because we fired on French people, but we got +3 politics. So up to 5. That'll do. And that card goes. Do we get a 7th card? No, we don't. That's it for 1797. No campaign. So no campaign resolution, no diplomatic, no domestic. Clean up. Defending is an interesting choice. Defending. Oh yes, with the whiff of grape shot. Yeah. Well, I think the people who were moving were the people he shot at, as opposed to the artillery under his command. But yeah, yeah, interesting choice of words indeed. Seeing as I think they were unarmed, so yes, exactly. Which is why the glory went down a bit, but the politicians are appreciating for it. Okay, so we're on the clean-up phase. Our admin goes down to 0, and I don't think we need to do anything more here. No. We are on to 1798, and we will get our 2 admin back, and we're not adding anything in at the moment. We've still got our little deck here, but we will shuffle it anyway for the card deck phase. Moving on to the card action phase, and we start from 1. Okay, so we will add in, card number 1. The Treaty of Basel. Must place in current treaties, which is here. Set Prussia to neutral, and will remain neutral until the beginning of the Empire period. And it gets removed. So Prussia is now neutral rather than hostile. Good for the future, doesn't really do anything for the moment. Card number 2. Member of the Institute. If you have 12 or more glory, don't I have 35, you must add 5 and remove the card. Okay, so we add up to 40 again. So we're now a member of the Institute. Good, good. No campaigns though, but let's see. Card number 3. Oh, Murat. Yeah, Murat's useful, especially you have to use glory up to use him, but he is fairly good. He gets a +2 in any combat round after the first. So yes, we will have Murat. Thank you very much. Good mate of Napoleon's. And next is card number 4. Junot. We've got another commander. I don't see any reason why not to have him. We're getting through most of this deck now, and we're really, we're hoping that we'll get to be able to move on from being a general here. But let's see, card number 5. A Massenas. Okay, another 2 glory. Do we need another one like that? Yeah, I think so. He's useful as well. Another +2 guy. For card number 6, we have card number 6. The Italian Republics. If the Army of Italy is the active campaign, or we are first consul, then we get things. Otherwise, discard this card with no effect. So discarding the card with no effect ends the card draw anyway. So that's it for the turn. We have no campaign again. You could say it was a bit boring. No diplomacy, no domestic politics. We clean up. We've got our 2. These are 2. and we don't do anything else. We go to 1799, and a year set up. Nothing still to add because we're not first consul yet, and we fold this back into the deck and shuffle for the card deck phase. A new card on top of what? On here? No, they're a stack effectively. So yeah, they're you know, yeah, it's a place to put a stack of cards here. So no, there is no card covering at all in the game. I can't think of anything like that. No, cards wherever they. This is kind of card storage, really, and organisation. There's no need to worry about covering cards at all. No. So card deck phase done. Card action phase. Go through again. 1799. First card, enemy guns. Ooh, not like that. We do not like that. Card number 2. Anti-French revolt. Must immediately resolve an expedition with one independent commander only. So one of these goes. Who do we want to use? So we could send Massena 2 glory, but he does give a +2. Mind you, this is just really horrible. Oh, should have R2. Yeah. It's whether we think we might get a campaign. Yeah, but Massena is then not available if we send him on the expedition. Yes, that's true. Yeah, we'll send Juno. Okay, so that costs us an admin, and he gets a +1. So we need a 6 or more. In no way is this a good card anyway. Even if we're succeeding, it's loss of glory. A 9, we succeed, we lose 3 glory, but we lose 3 glory anyway, even if we failed. But we do get 2 politics, so that's good. Let's discard there. Juno is then not available. He's too busy doing other stuff to help us somewhere else. Number 3. Oh, no, don't roll yet. Number 3, Lucien Bonaparte. Okay, must place in Bonaparte family box. So he's helpful when we want to do a coup. So it's nice to have him around. In the President of the Assembly or something like that, I think he was at the time. Card draw number 4. Damn. Okay. Horatio Nelson has appeared and has started duffing up a lot of our navy. So he doesn't have an immediate effect, but once we're first consul, -2 glory per year. Yeah, it's very annoying. He's like a real pain in the backside. Card number 5. Augereau, another commander. Oh, he uses political stuff, so he would be useful. Yeah, I'll have him. Roll for card 6. Yes. Desiree Clary has come back again. No, I don't think so. Thank you. Card number 7, maybe? No, that is it. We don't have a campaign. Again. No diplomacy, no domestic politics, clean up. So Juno comes back from here beating up the peasants. And that's it, really. So we're on to 1800. And we will put these cards back in. We don't have a lot of cards left here. But we haven't got the coup card. That's what we're looking for. So that's year set up back to 2. Shuffle the deck, and that's it. So, card draw. Card number 1. Looting. Can place in there. That can get us some politics if we may place. Do we want to place that? We're doing quite well in politics. I'm not sure we want that. No, we won't place that. Yeah, no, we will. Next, card 2. A bit greedy there. Capturing a general comes in. Lovely. Stacking up the modifiers, but they're not terrible ones. Number 3. Enemy attack. That is a bad one. We're getting a lot of campaign modifiers here. This is leading up to something, I can tell. Number 4. Bonaparte's plans. May place in strategy and tactics. And 1 admin to get a +1 on the first combat round. Certainly will have that. Thank you very much. Card number 5. Lan as a commander. Yes, I think we'll certainly use him. Thank you. Card 6. We have... Oh, damn, the anti-French revolt again. Independent commander. So we send Juno again. Yeah, we'll send Juno again. Pay the admin. And he gets a +1. An 8 going to a 9. Yes, success. But we lose glory again. But we do get 2 more politics. He goes back. He's used for the turn. And that is discarded. Card 7. Yes. Enemy reserves. Okay. Must place. Card 8. No. Okay. I'm wondering if I'm missing a card here. I'm waiting for the coup card. There's not much any cards left, actually. Okay. So we have no campaign again. So we might as well turn Juno back up. And year cleanup phase, year setup, we get 2. And yeah, we get to shuffle. I'm just checking. The card's in there. We're on 1801. Must come out now. Must come out. Surely there's... Yeah, I must have a handful of cards here. Probably 6 or 7. Okay, it's just... yeah, our coup card is eluding us. Right, card number 1 for 1801. There we go. Brumaire. Must place in our Napoleon. May be played at the beginning of any campaign resolution phase when you have a combined value of at least 20 glory and or politics. We certainly have that. What's that? 34 plus 9. So it's 43. So I think that will work. And we can get some bonuses and we can spend some political power to make it happen. So Brumaire is there. So, but it doesn't kick off yet. Card number 2. Prisoners massacred. So that's Egypt, Syria. So I think that automatically goes straight out. Card number 3. Oh no, that was straight out. So therefore this is still card number 2. Army of Italy. Okay, well, I don't think we're going to go there because we're going to use Brumaire. Or maybe I want to go there. Yeah, we'll think about that. Card number 3. Desiree Clary again. Yeah, my hair. I'm waiting for Josephine. Card number 4. That bloody anti-French revolt again. Okay, Juno, go and do your stuff. Cost me some glory. Thank you. Right, +1 uses an admin. That's an 8. Yes, it's a success. Another 3G down. But we do get another 2 politics, which is good for the coup. Yeah, so Juno is used. I won't turn him upside down. It's not useful because we're not going to be campaigning this time. Anti-French revolt goes. And a discard. Card number 5. Italian republics. If Army of Italy is the active campaign, it is actually the active campaign, even though we're going to trump it with the coup. We get -1 admin. But then we get 5 glory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the Italian republics are on our side, it seems. So that goes out. Do we get a card 6? Yes, we do. And that's the last card. Irish Rebellion. Must play this campaign, otherwise discard, reveal a new card. Now, we don't have any more cards. I just want to check if there's anything special about that. Just remember there was something about this. Yeah, Legion of Honor. Yeah, I've never had that. Never played that. I'm interested, but it's quite linear, is it? Yeah, this can spin out into some strange things like no Robespierre and yeah, and a successful Syrian campaign. So yeah. Yeah, so we skip. Yeah, so that's ended the card draw phase because we haven't got any more cards. So we go immediately to the campaign resolution. But at the start of the campaign resolution, we are going to play Brumaire. So maybe played at the beginning of any campaign resolution phase when you have a combined value of at least 20 glory and politics, which we have 36, 46, 47. Discard any cards in the campaign and campaign modifiers. So all of these go. Then roll a dice. If on a 4 or less, the coup fails and we lose the game. 5 or more, we win. So, however, we can gain +1 on the roll for every 2 political points we spend. And we can also get further modifiers from people here. So Fouché is face up, so he gives us a +2. Okay. And then we have Lucien Bonaparte, and he effectively gives us 5 free political points that we can use to gain +1s. So it's +1 for each 2. So if we use his 5 plus 1 of mine, that is 6. So that gives us +3. So +3 for Lucien, +2 for Fouché, and I don't think there is any other modifiers. We can spend more politics, but +5 when we need a 5 or more seems a pretty good deal, I think. So let's do that. Let's roll with a +5 to get 5 or more. And a 1 +5 is 6, so therefore it does succeed, although it was a bit dodgy. We did have to call in the troops, it seems. We definitely did have to call in the troops. So we have succeeded with Brumaire. Okay, so remove this card from play. Add the first console cards, which are these 2 decks now, next year, and that's it. So Brumaire goes. Yeah, we'll have to do the year setup to go through, and we'll get rid of quite a few things here. Good. All right, campaign resolution done. We're not first console yet. It kind of happens at the beginning of next turn, so we still don't do those, and we clean up. So there is nothing really to clean up here. We go into yearly setup phase. So we are on 1802 and we have become first console. Okay, so we do the yearly setup. So let's see if we need to get rid of some stuff. So Lucien disappears. He's done his job. Thank you very much. General Bonaparte disappears. He's got the FCD. Anything with FCD in there goes as well. Although I think he's from that deck, actually. Fouché stays. Treaty of Basel stays. It'll only discarded if it was not in play. It is in play, so it stays. Any of our commanders, I think, all stay. Yes. Oh, actually, Junot goes because he failed an expedition independent command. So actually, or was he independent command? Let me just check that. Anti-French revolt, independent, yes. So Junot is actually out of the game. Wasn't the guy to send, actually, was he? Those, and here we have, okay, Bonaparte leads goes. We used you very well. So he's obviously not going to be the head of an army anymore. Maneuver Solidaire, it is face up, so it's not discarded. That's great. And the Treaty of Campo Formio goes because we're on FCD, so that also goes. So we have these cards still. Oh, Army of Italy goes. Actually, capturing a general should not have been there. That should have disappeared a long time ago. Missed that one. Irish Rebellion goes. And that's it. All the rest stay. And we have these cards and these cards to place. So these greyback ones are ones which we immediately place. All these are to add to the deck. So let's just go through these. So place in potential treaties. So we have the Treaty of Madrid. That is in place in campaign during setup. So we are immediately fighting the Austrians in Italy. In potential campaign, Republican war with Spain. Potential campaign of Louisiana. Potential treaty, the Convention of Montfortin. We have our first consul. Here he is. And he's now at +3. +3A a turn. Potential treaties again. Treaty of Luneville. We have the Imperial Plebiscite, which we could call, but not yet. And we have the first Consul for Life card, which we could upgrade, but not yet. Another potential campaign here is the Republican War with Prussia. Another potential treaty is the Treaty of the Rhine. So we'll start with those. And then we will then add all these. So we've made it to first consul. I think we'll hold it there. Been doing what, about an hour and a quarter there, so we're on 1802. We are first consul. We have survived, so yeah, not so bad now, eh? Not so bad. I think I've done pretty well, and hopefully you'll join me for the first consulship next time and see how we get on. And until then, thanks for watching, and well, bye for now.